You probably think an oil refinery only makes gasoline. Crude oil goes in, gasoline comes out. Sounds simple, right? But that's only a small part of the story. An oil refinery is one of the most complex and profitable industrial businesses on Earth. Every single barrel of crude oil is transformed into dozens of valuable products, including gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, asphalt, plastics, lubricants, chemicals, and even ingredients used in medicines and cosmetics. Nothing is wasted. Inside these massive industrial cities, thousands of miles of pipelines, gigantic storage tanks, towering distillation columns, and advanced processing units operate 24 hours a day, turning black crude oil into products that power nearly every part of modern life. Every airplane that takes off, every truck delivering food, every cargo ship crossing the ocean, and millions of cars on the road all depend on products made inside these refineries. Some of the world's largest refineries process more than 1 million barrels of crude oil every single day, generating billions of dollars in revenue every year. So how does dirty black crude oil become dozens of high-value products? Who owns these gigantic facilities? And why is refining oil one of the world's most profitable businesses? Today, we're taking you inside the oil refinery business. Before an oil refinery can make billions of dollars, it needs one thing: crude oil. Crude oil is a naturally occurring liquid found deep beneath the Earth's surface. On its own, it's not very useful. You can't pour crude oil into your car or an airplane because it's a thick mixture of hundreds of different hydrocarbons. That's why refineries exist. Their job is to separate, clean, and transform crude oil into products people and businesses use every day. Every shipment of crude oil arrives by massive oil tankers, long-distance pipelines, freight trains, or tanker trucks before entering the refinery. Once inside, the crude oil begins an incredible journey through one of the most advanced industrial processes ever created. What starts as a dark, sticky liquid will soon become the fuel that powers cars, airplanes, factories, ships, and entire economies. So, what actually happens after crude oil enters the refinery? The first stop is the distillation tower, the heart of every oil refinery. Crude oil is heated to temperatures of nearly 400 degrees Celsius, 750 degrees Fahrenheit, until it becomes a mixture of hot gases and liquids. This mixture then enters a giant distillation column where different hydrocarbons separate according to their boiling points. The lightest products rise to the top, while the heaviest remain near the bottom. Within just a few hours, 1 barrel of crude oil is separated into gasoline, diesel, jet fuel, kerosene, liquefied petroleum gas, LPG, lubricating oils, asphalt, and other valuable materials. But the process doesn't stop there. Many of these products go through additional refining units that improve their quality, increase fuel efficiency, and meet environmental standards. This is where a simple barrel of crude oil begins its transformation into billions of dollars worth of products. Here's what makes an oil refinery such a powerful business. It doesn't rely on selling just one product. Instead, every barrel of crude oil is transformed into multiple products, each serving a different industry. Gasoline powers millions of cars. Diesel keeps trucks, buses, construction equipment, and ships moving. Jet fuel powers commercial aviation. Liquefied petroleum gas is used for cooking and heating. Lubricants protect engines and industrial machinery. Asphalt is used to build roads and highways. The remaining chemicals become the raw materials for plastics, synthetic fibers, detergents, paints, packaging, electronics, medical equipment, and thousands of everyday products. In other words, one refinery supplies dozens of industries at the same time. That's why oil refining isn't just a fuel business, it's one of the world's largest manufacturing businesses. If oil refineries produce so many valuable products, where does the real money come from? The answer lies in something called the refining margin. Refineries don't drill for oil. Instead, they buy crude oil from oil producers and transform it into products worth much more than the original barrel. Imagine buying one raw ingredient and turning it into 10 premium products that can all be sold separately. That's exactly what an oil refinery does. A single barrel of crude oil can become gasoline for cars, diesel for trucks, jet fuel for airlines, LPG for homes, lubricants for factories, asphalt for roads, and petrochemicals for thousands of everyday products. Each product has its own market price. When demand for fuel is high, especially during holiday travel seasons or periods of economic growth, refineries can earn significantly higher profits because the value of the finished products rises faster than the cost of crude oil. The larger the refinery and the more efficiently it operates, the more barrels it can process every day. And every extra barrel means another opportunity to generate revenue. That's why some of the world's biggest refineries process over 1 million barrels every single day, creating billions of dollars in annual sales. Most people believe gasoline is the refinery's most valuable product. But that's not always true. Some of the highest value products aren't fuels at all. They're petrochemicals. These chemicals become the building blocks for thousands of everyday items. Plastic bottles, food packaging, smartphones, laptop casings, synthetic clothing, medical equipment, paint, detergents, cosmetics, fertilizers, and even components used in electric vehicles all begin with chemicals produced from crude oil. This means one refinery doesn't just supply gas stations, it also supplies manufacturers across countless industries. As global demand for plastics, chemicals, and industrial materials continues to grow, petrochemicals have become one of the refinery industry's biggest profit centers. That's why many modern refineries are built next to massive petrochemical plants, allowing them to convert even more of every barrel into high-value products. The less waste and the more products they create, the more profitable the refinery becomes. An oil refinery might generate billions of dollars, but it's also one of the most expensive and complex businesses to operate. Unlike many factories, refineries can never simply be switched on and off like a light bulb. Most operate 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, because shutting down an entire refinery can cost millions of dollars and require weeks of maintenance before production resumes. Safety is another massive challenge. Refineries process highly flammable materials under extreme temperatures and pressures. Thousands of sensors, automatic shutdown systems, and highly trained engineers constantly monitor every pipe, valve, and processing unit to prevent accidents. Then there's the market itself. The price of crude oil changes every day, and so does the demand for gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel. During economic slowdowns or unexpected global events, fuel demand can fall dramatically, reducing refinery profits almost overnight. Environmental regulations also continue to become stricter. Modern refineries invest billions in cleaner technologies, emissions control systems, wastewater treatment plants, and energy-efficient equipment to reduce their environmental impact while staying competitive. In this business, success isn't just about producing more fuel, it's about producing it safely, efficiently, and at the lowest possible cost. Despite the rapid growth of renewable energy, oil refineries remain one of the world's most important industries. Global demand for transportation fuels, aviation fuel, lubricants, and petrochemicals continues to support refineries across every major economy. At the same time, these facilities are becoming smarter and more efficient than ever before. Artificial intelligence now helps predict equipment failures before they happen. Drones inspect pipelines and storage tanks in minutes instead of hours. Advanced sensors monitor every stage of production in real time, improving safety and reducing waste. Many refineries are also investing in cleaner fuels, renewable diesel, sustainable aviation fuel, hydrogen production, and carbon capture technologies. Rather than disappearing, many are adapting to meet the changing demands of the global energy market. The refinery of the future won't just produce fuel, it will become a highly automated energy and chemical manufacturing hub, supplying everything from transportation fuels to advanced materials used in modern technology. As long as the world needs transportation, manufacturing, and petrochemicals, oil refineries will remain one of the most influential businesses on the planet. Every time you fill your car with gasoline, board an airplane, receive an online delivery, or use a plastic product, you're benefiting from one of the most remarkable industrial processes ever created. An oil refinery is far more than a fuel factory. It's a giant value creation machine that transforms crude oil into dozens of products powering transportation, manufacturing, healthcare, construction, agriculture, and modern technology. Behind every refinery is a network of engineers, scientists, operators, pipelines, storage tanks, and advanced technology working around the clock to keep the global economy moving. The next time you see an oil refinery on the horizon, remember, it's not just producing fuel. It's powering the modern world. What surprised you the most about the oil refinery business? Was it that one barrel of crude oil becomes dozens of valuable products? That refineries operate around the clock? Or that petrochemicals are just as important as fuel? Tell us your answer in the comments below. If there's another business you'd like us to explore, let us know. We might feature it in our next documentary. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next deep dive into the world's biggest businesses. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.